Hey yo, so look, I was sitting here thinking, okay, this is why it's important to maintain peace. The reason why is because anything that you do that's crazy, like an act of violence, someone else has to live through it. Like they have to live through it, whatever it is, another brain, another mind, another person has to endure that act. So you gotta think about how uncaring Americans are and how weird their priorities are when they make jokes about people dying and death, or they think things like acts of terrorism, like a bombing on a building that kills 2,000 people, isn't horrible. That is horrible. Imagine dying for real, like the floor collapses and you fall into a fire. Um, there's an explosion and your lungs collapse and you're laying there on the floor. You're a soldier in Iraq, a bomb blows up, flips over the Humvee, and since you're the gunner, you get crushed. Vehicle falls on you, everything smashed, everything fucked up, everything scattered into pieces. Real life violence is way worse than you could possibly imagine when it's happening to you. And that's why it's important to maintain peace. So you have to wonder, countries that don't want to maintain peace, that don't want to maintain peace, countries that don't want peace, countries that are willing to fire off nukes and blow 2 million people up, are ran by evil and they need to get defeated. We can't lose to them. That's moronic. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Mexican, Indian, whatever. If you live in America, you have to acknowledge at some point that our government is doing a good job, because we're not dealing with some of the crazy acts of violence that are occurring in other places. Okay. How can you convince me that criminals should be getting less time or there should be less people locked up when we have like tens of thousands of murders in the street every year? It does not make sense. Why would we reward people who act bad? It's really not even masculine, to tell the truth. Being masculine is like Joe Rogan, UFC fighter, meets and fights someone one-on-one in a cage, and displays who's the actual man. Not similar to the horrible act of like kicking down somebody's door and blowing them apart with a shotgun because you're hood and they were playing with you. You know what I'm saying? There's a healthy form of being a man and a non-healthy form. Okay. And too many people are in an unhealthy form. They don't see the purpose of maintaining peace. They want to keep egging on violence, and the violence isn't going to stop as long as these people are around doing it. So on some fundamental level, if we wanted world peace, everybody should agree right now, like, hey, I'm a human and you're a human. Let's make this experience good for each other. Because at least humans, there's communication, we could reach a civilized point and we could work together to fend off other predators. For instance, lions. People are like, oh my goodness, the lions are going to go extinct. Oh my goodness. Lions eat other animals. Like, I know we eat other animals, but we can't communicate with a lion. There's been people who've been killed and mauled by lions before. Imagine going out like that, being eaten. And that's just one of probably millions of types of predators that have existed on this planet. And humans have a common identity, so we were able to dominate and get on top. And we're the only creatures on the entire planet capable of understanding the importance of peace that we know of. So it's our job to maintain it, because without peace, there is no civilization. We're exposed to predators and horrible things that you cannot imagine do happen. So anyways, that's just my take on why establishing peace is important.